Tall kneeling 3-point raise. This is similar to a chop, just going in the opposite direction. Ideally, if you're able to, if you have access to a cable machine, then a cable machine is preferred just because you can increase and decrease the resistance as needed. If, however, you don't have access to a cable machine, totally fine. A band is a very, very good substitute for this movement. Tall kneeling, meaning that both knees are down, about hip width apart. Nice straight line, shoulders down, hip to the knees. If you were to look at me from the side, you'd see that my toes are pulled towards the shin, and my knees, hips, and ankles are in a nice straight line that goes all the way straight up and down. I'm not breaking forward, I'm not rotated, I'm staying up in that nice neutral position as if I'm doing a plank from this position. Now, in order to set this up, you're going to get a low attachment point, which means that if you have a cable machine, you bring that handle down as far as you possibly can. If you're using a band, then you're attaching it to something as low to the ground as you possibly can get. When you set up, make sure that you're set up far enough away that in that first area, that first pattern, you have tension in the band. If you're too close, then you're going to have slack in the band and you're going to be missing a portion of that exercise. So make sure you're far enough away. Now for the setup. Easiest way to do this, inside hand grasps the band and the outside hand clasps over the top of it. And we have 3 different points we're going to use as markers here. The first point is the hip. So this is our 3-point raise. Hip, chest, which is the second point, or second marker, and then press the band away, which is that 3rd marker point. So the chest, back to the hip. Hip, chest, press away. Your goal is to keep everything, shoulders, hips, knees, everything facing forward the entire time. Make sure that you set up so that you're kind of slightly behind where that attachment point is. If you set up too far forward and basically your hip bone is in a straight line to that band, then you're going to end up reaching backwards for it, and when you press at the top, it's going to be pulling you back. If that feels like that's the case, scoot yourself further back so that attachment point is actually coming at a little bit more of an angle when you start, and that should fix that. So that is tall kneeling 3-point raise.